Welcome back to the Locker Room. I'm Joe Arrigo, and you're on Franchise Sports Media. Check this out. With me today is someone I've known a very long time. He's like a little brother to me. He is the Chuck Wagon, Charles Williams, running back for UNLV. What's up, bro?
Nothing much. Just got out of practice, preparing for this week. Feel real good after today. It was a great practice. Got after it. A lot of intensity. I'm looking forward to Friday.
I bet. So I want to take you back to your freshman year. Right around the time we first met, one of your first practices, Coach Sanchez and Coach Jamie Christian had you returning kicks and punts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, you bobbled one, or I think you muffed one, and you took off, and you could tell that you were pretty upset about it. Go back to your freshman year, first couple practices, and now look at where you're at now, where you're a super senior. Talk about the transition.
My freshman year, it was kind of like nerve-wracking because it's like you had to start all over again, like varsity basically. Like you're going from like either freshman or JV to varsity, so you want to make a good impression and you want to like be perfect on everything. And that's me. Like I always just want to be perfect on everything. So when I messed up or anything like that on the kick returns, it was just like frustrating because like this is my chance like to get on the field. Even if I'm not playing running back, at least I could say like they got faith in me somewhere. And it was kind of crazy though. Like I didn't really return kicks like that in high school, so I don't know where they got the idea to put me back there. But they had faith in me. I ended up doing a pretty good job at it. I'm not gonna lie, like to be honest, I didn't like that. Like every time like I would get going, it was just like a free shot. So like now when I see people go, I'm like, if we gonna do this, you can't be dancing. You gotta hit it, and like you gotta trust that like they gonna block for you. Cause I used to be dancing back there, and I'd get hit from like backside or something like that. So I could say like now I could probably do it, but like if a team at the next level wanted me to do it, I'd be all up for it. Because they're willing to go out there and put their body on the line for me. That's all I want.
Talk about your leadership qualities, because you're not a vocal guy you're not a rah-rah guy like Javen was, where he's out there even at times to a small extent with Tate Martell now. You have more of a reserved personality when it comes to that. Talk about your leadership qualities.
So like with me, I like to just lead by my actions and everything, like coming off the field after a big play or something, like getting them juiced up. Like if they see me turned up, because I'm usually not doing that on the field. Like in the locker room, might be, kind of like that, but it's a little bit different on the field. Like that's business. So when we make a big play or something, if I make a big play, of course I got to come back with some juice, because then that's like the spark that the team needs. And like you seen it against Iowa State last week. Once we got that drive going, like you could just tell in our body language, like our demeanor, like we don't care what the score is. We're going to go out here and do what we got to do. Like just that spark. And, it was better to go out there with some points than no points, in my opinion. So you got to think, like, even when you're down bad, you got to find a way to spark the team, because they could say, yeah, that one time we had that good drive and we had juice, and if we just play like that all the time, good things will happen for us more often. So that's just one of my leadership qualities. And I feel like another one would just be, listening and having an open ear for my teammates. That's the most important thing.
Well, I'm bringing up two instances of Charles' leadership qualities. Last season, you were pretty pissed off after during halftime of one game. You flipped over a table in the locker room because you want to win, and I know that hasn't happened a lot here. But the impact you've made so far with teammates has been beyond the gridiron. Like, you're a great mentor to running backs. I mean, people may not realize that when Courtney Reese got here, you mentored him, and then now you're doing the same thing with Sammy Green. Why is that so important to you?
It's like just leaving off like the tradition of having UNLV was always gonna have like a good or a great running back. So when I first got here, it was Lex and X. They took care of me, they catered me, and now I'm just doing what they taught me to do. I appreciate them for all the good times and bad times we had. You learn a lot from your brothers. So I treat them like my little brothers, and I want the best for them. When I'm here and when I leave.
This week, for the final time as a college student, you're heading home to Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
Prepped at Bullard High School, Fresno State with the former staff that was there prior to Tefford, overlooked you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you well enough, and we've had private conversations about how that affected you and how upset you were about that. You're pissed about that. A final time in front of your mom, your dad, your sister, your girl, and your daughter. Talk about what it's going to be like for you.
Probably won't hit me until like we touch down. Like, I haven't been home in 2 years, so that's one thing. Like, I'm pissed about that. I haven't been home in 2 years. One, because of COVID, and two, like, just been, just focused out here, like handling business. So I'm gonna be, happy just to be back home. But I'm also pissed. Like, this is my first time coming home, and I came and enjoy it. So there's already like a chip on my shoulder right there. And then two, like, yeah, they overlooked me, and it's frustrating. But as a man, I learned how to move on from that. I can't hold the grudge anymore. I already, showed that, like, they overlooked me. It's not like I was, a miss. I ended up, doing well against them my freshman year and my second time playing them. So
you averaged 111 yards in so far. So when he sees the Bulldogs, there's something that comes out in them.
But, just the third thing is, it would have been great to, be a hometown hero. So coming home, like, it's gonna be, some good energy, but sometimes the hero has to leave and come back a villain. So that's how I see it as.
Talk about Bullard High School. Talk about your coaches over there. I know we talk about it a lot when we have our regular conversations. How has that helped form you? How did that help get you ready for college?
Well, for one, like, Coach Arax, he taught me how to, like, just be a great, like, teammate by doing the stuff you need to do, like finishing, not having coaches have to talk to you, knowing your plays, being on top of everything, not being late to, meetings or practice or games, like, just the little things, the details. Like, they prepped me for college. They wanted me to be ready for college. They didn't want me to be ready for them. They wanted me to be ready for college. And I appreciate Coach Arax and Coach Ferris and Coach Harm, my running back coach. They always, have my back no matter what. And I'm grateful for that program because I was, $160.
Yeah.
I was around, like, Courtney size. And when I got to varsity, I got up to 175. And then when I got up to my senior year, I was like 180, around 185. And then when I got here, I dropped that weight because of track. So when I got back to doing football here at UNLV that summer, I was like 175, but it was a different type of 175. It wasn't like a lean, it was more like a rip, like you can run through people type, 175. So I can say the program, like the weightlifting and like our practices is intense. Like here, we want good on good. We want to beat the hell out of each other all day because when we get to that game, it's going to be so much easier on our bodies, and also as a team, we'll be prepared.
All right, so let's talk quickly about the difference between Coach Sanchez and Coach Rowe. You play for them both. Talk about what's been the biggest difference between the two.
Coach Sanchez was more like, he's going to tell you the truth and he's going to be straight up with you and everything. And it's kind of like difficult, for some people to handle that. But I had Coach Arax, so, I was used to like being yelled at and stuff like that. But when they do that means they care because, it was one year he ghosted me and everything because I came late, and the year after he kind of, said, all right, this is your chance again. Don't mess it up because you don't get second chances all the time. And I could always, just say I'm grateful for that. But with Coach Arroyo, it's more like learning about, like, the concepts of, the whole entire playbook or the whole entire, like, team, all the positions. And then, like, just getting me ready for the next level and becoming that, complete down back. So let's talk about being a father. Mm-hmm. Kamaya's 5 months old. How has that impacted you as Chuck on the field and off the field? Chuck on the field, whenever things are going bad, I could just say I'm doing it for her. And, can't see her in the stands, but I can feel her. And, off the field, just coming home, having somebody, excited to see you. And, I'd do anything for that girl. Like, went for a walk last night, and I was just thinking, like, I got to protect you. No matter what happens, like, I might have to put you aside, but I'm going to protect you. Somebody was going to run up and try to, take you away from me. Like, that's how much love I have for that girl. And I got love for all the women in my family. But, like, for her, like, that's my little one. That's my twin. And I'll do anything for that girl.
All right, so those of you that may not know, Chuck is a huge Lakers fan. Talk about what you think the Lakers are going to do this year, and do you like what they did on the court or off the court as far as
the additions?
Yes.
They're gonna win it this year, in my opinion. 1, LeBron's pissed. 2, AD finally got in the weight room. And 3, the roster is completely better. You have depth everywhere. Point guard, you got Rondo, Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn was nice.
That was a steal. And then shooting guard, you got Wayne Ellington. You got THT, Kim Bazemore, great defender, good 3-and-D. And then small forward, you got Bron, Trevor Ariza, a few other cats. And then power forward, you got AD with
Melo,
that's who it is. Melo, big Melo. And then center, you got Dwight back with
DeAndre Jordan. It's a championship. That's what it amounts to.
That's all that matters. It's a championship team.
And there is addition by subtraction with Kyle Kuzma.
Yes, he hates Kyle Kuzma.
I don't hate him. He just shoots too much.
I don't hate him. I just don't like his game sometimes. That's all.
It's a toxic relationship between me and Kuzma. Okay, we got to get rid of him.
The only thing I was mad about was Caruso leaving, but he really don't score like that.
You got to get paid though, man. That's a lot of money to pass up.
I don't care. It's basketball. You got to do this next man up mentality. That's about it.
Well, this has been a locker room talking all things with UNLV running back Charles Williams, from fatherhood to playing against Fresno State back home where he's from for the final time to the Lakers. I appreciate you coming, brother. Look, man, nothing but continued success. Proud of you. And thank you for joining the locker room on Franchise Sports Media. I'm Joe Arrigo. We'll talk to you next week.